I use a bank. This looks quite worth a Can never have enough of that.
They will pay for what Satakar's wrath, Wayfarer. Unless you want to wade through an army of undead, go no further. These dogs, the Withered Hand, they seized control of Tuwaka's throne, and now they are raising the consecrated dead. How is this even possible? The Anse wards, stolen. There is no way. The impervious vault! How? This does explain how they raise the consecrated dead, though. It also explains why Tuwaka is so angry. He speaks to me. He says the temple must be cleansed, and now. Oh, Tuwaka will do the cleansing. We must only clear the way. If you will help me light the sacred braziers, Tuwaka will send his breath to help us destroy the Withered Hand and return the dead to the sand. For each direction the wind blows, there is a brazier. Light the first 3 and meet me at the west brazier. I will light that one. Then we will light the central brazier together, and soon see Uwafa and his withered hand destroyed. We do not know. There is no record of these defenses ever being used. All I can recall is reading that it is supposed to help cleanse the temple and return the dead to their rest. Uncertainty is part of the fun, though, right? This man is very dangerous. He is the leader of these withered hand dogs. He offered me the chance to leave peacefully. I wanted to protect my fellow priests, but we could not surrender Tuwaka's sacred ground without a fight. Tuwaka is the caretaker of the far shores. We will all visit him one day. The throne is the final resting place of our honored ancestors. Our heroes have been buried here for centuries. It is terrible that their rest has been disturbed.
This is not good. Not good at all. I've killed a skeleton or 2 in my day, but this is worse than that. We are going to need more Ashaba. You? I'm pretty good with faces, but I don't know yours. You must have just joined then. Either way, welcome to the tribe. It's good that you're here. Do you understand why I am concerned? Some of the greatest heroes in history are buried here. Kings, queens, legendary warriors. If they've risen, it is a Ashaba duty to kill them, and that's not going to be easy. There is. I maintain vigil here to ensure that certain ancient heroes, let's just say, if they're raised, that's a problem. With what's happened here, I need someone to check their graves. If they're up and about, they need to be put down. Thank you. This is no small thing, I ask, and I appreciate you stepping up. The 3 graves I need you to check belong to Homage Arena, Yokita Razul, and Queen Afsar. They changed the course of history. They deserve to rest now. I'll mark the graves' locations on your map. I'd go with you, but I have to watch and ensure they don't slip by. There are other Ashaba who can join you, though. You want one skilled in swordplay, or one who's adept at restoration magic? You're brave to cross blades with these heroes yourself. Don't worry, though. This man will ensure you do not fall. There are many heroes buried here, to be sure. But these 3 are the ones Ashaba scholars are most concerned about. They were extremely powerful in life, and scholars fear they could be extremely dangerous in death. Rena was an arminger in the Order of Diagna, who died in the final days of the Siege of Orsinium. She was born in the siege camp there and spent her entire 26 years fighting the orcs. They say it was her sacrifice that brought us victory. Razul fought alongside Divad Hunding, leading the regatta to conquer Alakir. When the Natotambu and the Yokud nobility came later, Razul made himself Yokita to cement the power of the regatta. Some call him the first forebear. Yes, she seized the throne the ancient way. Late in the First Era, the king died with no heir and the nobles squabbled over the throne. Afsar solidified her rule by killing the opposition. Despite its bloody start, her reign was very peaceful.
Are you a pilgrim? The throne is not safe for you today.
Were you worried? Get back, you fetcher!
You have done well, Wayfarer. Tuwaka is pleased. Very soon, it is like Tuwaka is taking in the air and preparing to send his breath. The withered hand here will soon crumble, and the particles will drift away like sand in the wind. Tuwaka says you will have the pleasure of killing this Uwafa. With his help, of course. First, you must light the final brazier over there. Then, Tuwaka's breath will come. Uwafa has sealed himself inside the sanctum with my priests. I fear for them, but Tuwaka will help us. He will unseal the doors. Then you can go in and kill this necromancer bastard. Are you ready to witness the power of a god, my friend? Go now, and light the final brazier. Do not fear the power of Tuwaka. You and I, we are his champions in this. Oh yes, we cannot forget those. If this Uwafa has them, we will soon get them back. Even with the Anse wards, Uwafa is no match for the strength of a god. Of course, all priests of Tuwaka know such things. The wards were forged when 3 Anse gave their lives to channel their spirits into their blades. They did this so that the wards would protect the consecrated dead. Oh, great Tuwaka, keeper of souls, hear the prayer of your humble servant. Your sacred grounds have been defiled. The rest of our ancestors have been disturbed. I ask you to send your sacred breath to cleanse the temple and give us your blessing to destroy the Defiler. He has given his blessing. Go into the inner sanctum and kill Uwafa.
Thank you. The corruption in my ward is gone. But the other wards, you must find them.
I am very proud. Tuwaka says that you smote this Uwafa mightily. You recovered the ward of Anse Radan as well. The temple is restored, and Alakir is safer. Tuwaka is pleased. Tuwaka says you should not worry. He says you will find them. I can watch over the ward of Anse Radan for now. Tuwaka has much faith in you, my friend. He wants me to give you this. You should be honored. I do not know where the other Anse wards have been taken, but Tuwaka tells me that you must go east, my friend. He says that is the next step on your journey. No, Tuwaka is quiet now. He is not worried about you. He is more worried about me getting the temple cleaned up. I have a suggestion, though. I think you should start your search in the city of Bergama. There is a great scholar in Bergama. Her name is Zore. She knows much about the Anse wards. She may have the answers we seek. Wherever you go, Tuwaka will be with you. Of that, I am certain.
There's no need for me to ask whether the heroes had been raised when you found them. I only need to know, are they now at rest? Then you fulfilled the duty of the Ashaba here, and saved me a dung heap of trouble. As we Ashaba always say, true honor need not be named. I hope we cross paths again. True honor need not be named, my friend, but I'll sure as oblivion remember your heroics.
Sacrifice those servants in my name. It's you, son. You're going to sacrifice. These mortals are strong, but not strong enough.
Like you're buying at the next bar. Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvest.
When you hunt lizards on the sands, you must know their favorite basking spots. I make sure the softest and warmest pits are clear of debris, and then the lizards come to me. When you hunt lizards on the...
You're heading the wrong way, Wayfarer. Just so you know. Anyone with the sense the gods gave to a dog is leaving Bergama, or making preparations to do so. Many people have gone missing in recent days, and the city officials can't seem to do their jobs. Whoever is behind this has them running in circles. Politics. Always the problem here. The magistrate is a forebear, and the crowns say she is incompetent. Neither side trusts the other. It creates quite a mess. You want to help? Speak to the magistrate in the Hall of Judgment. I'm leaving.
What are you looking at?
These crowns don't pay us orcs much, but it's better than living on the street, I guess.
Greetings, Wayfarer. I'd ask you to report any rumors you might hear concerning disappearances to Justice Ista.
Faharazad's appointee is as useless as a sundial in a sandstorm. If this is the best our forebear king can send, he should abdicate.
These disappearances have the Justice on Blade's edge. Seek him out if you have any information to impart.
Rupka's blessings upon you and your house, Wayfarer. I apologize for the poor state of our streets. The recent unpleasantness in the wastes has brought an influx of forebears from the west, and you know how they are. I welcome you to Bergamo, Wayfarer. I hope you brought your gold. Our markets have goods of the finest quality, things you can find nowhere else. Regardless of any rumors, I assure you the city is safe, so stay as long as you like. Not entirely, but they have certainly been blown out of proportion. Some people speak as if respectable citizens were disappearing left and right. It's true that a few people have gone missing, but they were mostly beggars and vagrants. Oh, that is very kind of you to offer. But my administration has a handle on the situation. I believe Justice Ista and his officers have some promising leads. You are a guest here. It would not do for us to put you to work. Oh, hello. You caught me off guard. My pretense is that I am doing research, but I really come to watch Bailiff Triard. By Tall Papa's starry breeches, he is handsome beyond measure.
Pardon me. I would speak with you. Greetings, Wayfarer. Our fair city has always been a sanctuary for those traveling across the scorching sands of the Alakir Desert. I hope you find it so. I am Justice Ista, the head of security here. I am pleased to meet you. I overheard you speaking to the magistrate. You expressed an interest in assisting with the investigation? I know she believes we have the situation under control, but I'm afraid nothing could be further from the truth. Because I have withheld many of the facts. Magistrate Sulma is a forebear. In this withered hand business has the Crown's here calling for King Faharajah to step down. She has enough worries with that. Security is my duty. I do. My bailiffs and I are crowns. Duty requires we be impartial, but forebears do not trust us, and now our fellow crowns distrust us because we work for the magistrate. No one talks, so we have no leads on the disappearances. Will you help us? That is what I had hoped. Of course, neither forebears nor crowns will open up to a stranger, and in fact, you can't even enter their respective fellowship houses. I have a plan, though. You simply have to wear these dishdashas to disguise yourself. Yes, people get quiet when my bailiffs and I are around. Explore the city and listen. In particular, wear the disguises and visit Ragada's Respite and Ator's Oasis. Follow up on any leads and report back when you have something solid.
The desert is not...
Greetings, Wade. I overheard you speaking to the because I have withheld many of the facts. I do. That is what I had hoped. Yes. I regret that political disagreements between crowns and forebears should impede a criminal investigation, but recent events have increased tensions dramatically. I am confident that your assistance in the investigation will prove to be valuable. The Crowns are traditionalists. We worship the old gods. In Bergama, many crown families are even descended from ancient Yokudan nobility. Though we are loyal to the throne, we would prefer to see someone other than Faharajad sitting on it. Politically speaking, the forebears claim to be more progressive. They've taken to worshipping the imperial gods and associating more with the other races. King Faharajad even joined the Daggerfall Covenant, a move crowns were firmly against. Justices are men and women chosen by common vote to keep order in Bergama. It is a grave responsibility, not a reward. We answer to the magistrate, but keep our own counsel. If you break the law in Bergama, we will find you.
I'm in the middle of something.
Welcome to the Bergama Crown Fellowship Hall. I do not recognize you, but I see you wear the formal dasha. I trust you are a crown from outside the city? Those who honor the ancient Yokudan traditions are always welcome here. Come inside and enjoy our hospitality.
Never known such fear.
Forebears would bury the wells just to keep us from drinking. In all your travels, you will not find a more treacherous nest of asps.
Our brother Ista has not visited the Fellowship House much of late.
No, but one of the bailiffs was here. Believe it or not, the guards almost didn't let him in.
Truly? What possible reason would the guards have for keeping out a bailiff?
His crown Distasha was all shredded up. I suppose it happened when he arrested someone. I just gave him a new one. Welcome, Wayfarer. I trust you have not shared your cup with any forebear scum.
Heard what you did at the Atatura estate. Tava bless you.
Brilliant works from Breton masters left to crack and peel here in the desert sun. It's a travesty. I should have known these crowns would fail to recognize their value.
Welcome to the Fellowship Hall. You're not from Bergama, though. Are you from Sentinel? No matter, as long as you're a forebear. Then you may come and go as you see fit. Would you like me to get the door?
I like reading too, you know. If you ever need an excuse to get me something.
The person behind the disappearances is definitely a crown. No doubt about it.
Now that's low, even for you. How could you possibly know that?
Because there were shreds of a crown dish dasha left at one of the crime scenes.
Are the bailiffs covering that up? This is the first I've heard of it.
Are you new to Bergama? Many of our fellow forebearers have been abducted while the magistrate does nothing. Keep your blade near to hand. You may need it.
Greetings, kinsman. Please, abide a while. You should avoid the street. Crown dogs masquerading as bailiffs patrol in force.
Regardless of what he's told you, Magistrate, Ista and his bailiffs have made no progress in their investigation.
Honestly, I'm more worried about the withered hand than these disappearances, Councilman. We just have to give Ista more time.
Regardless of what he's told you, Magistrate, Ista and his bailiffs have made no progress in their investigation.
Honestly, I'm more worried about the withered hand than these disappearances, Councilman. We just have to give Ista more time.
I don't know. Bailiff Fakimal, the one who lives at the northwest edge of town, I heard he was ignoring evidence in the case.
We can't believe everything we hear. You have my word, though, if necessary. I will deal with Ista.
Just a coin or two. Just a coin.
Justice Ista, you are hereby found guilty of obstructing an investigation and conspiring against the people of Bergamo.
I do not know from where these charges originate, Magistrate, but I am innocent. You will see. The truth will come to light.
You will remain here until a thorough investigation has been completed. I am sorry, Ista.
Well, it seems my efforts to shield the magistrate from security concerns have landed me in the stocks. The magistrate says I impeded the investigation. Apparently, she went behind my back to conduct her own inquiries. I found evidence she has been meeting secretly with Fakimal, one of my bailiffs. When I asked her about it, she had me locked up. What? How can this be true? Fakimal has been known to bend the law, but he always followed orders. I can't imagine him going on a killing spree. Where is he? I would speak with him straight away. Dead? The poor boy. I don't understand. You're saying he was killing people under orders? The only people with the authority to issue orders to Fakimal are myself and the magistrate. You think she's involved in this? That looks like Sulma's key, and this would explain why she put me in the stocks. May I request one last favor, then? The magistrate's home is southwest of the Hall of Judgment. Would you investigate the place?
Come on, you dogs. We need to get this load of bodies out of here. Alasan is waiting. What were you doing down there? You saw, didn't you? So now you know my dark secret. It must be horrifying. I haven't been able to bring myself to go down there since this began. I just gave Fakimal a key. Do you understand, though? Do you realize why this is necessary? Yes, there is no other way. Do you understand the power of the Withered Hand? King Faharajad, the Ashaba, they cannot stop them. Eventually the Hand would have come here and killed everyone. This deal is our only hope. It was the only deal Alasan would accept. It seems terrible, but we're only killing vagrants, criminals. To save the city, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Let me finish this. It's only a few more corpses. Will you keep my secret? If that's your choice, I will turn myself in. There's no point in trying to deny my crimes. Mark my words, though, Wayfarer. You've doomed Bergama. The Withered Hand will kill us all. I hope I'm wrong, but in my heart, I know I'm not.
Sharing the evidence you discovered at Fakimal's house, I was able to convince the other bailiffs to release me from the stocks. Tell me, though, what did you learn at the magistrate's house? That must have been quite a Grisly scene. The other bailiffs are already on their way over there. I will leave it to them to arrest the magistrate as well. Why, though? Why did the magistrate and Fakimal kill all these people? All right. I have witnessed many dark crimes in my time as justice, but they pale in comparison to this. To think our own magistrate would make a deal with the withered hand. What could she possibly hope to gain from such a thing? A noble notion, I suppose, but nothing can justify the murder of innocents. She will pay for her crimes. You've done quite a service for our fair city. I'm not one for emotional displays of appreciation, but you have my gratitude. If the withered hand ever does try to take Bergama, we will now fight twice as hard to defend it. This city will persevere, and you will always be welcome here.
This is getting to be absurd. How much longer must we pretend? My daughter wails in disappointment, and our two families verge on coming to blows. There is nothing to be done for it. The groom is not coming. We do not know. Kaznar may be among those who recently went missing. Or he simply changed his mind. He is a forebear after all. I warned her. Crowns and forebears should not mix. Now everyone is angry. She must call off the wedding. Tiela is like a dune ripper in a sandstorm. She buries her head to hide from the truth. Perhaps you can help. I must stay here. But someone needs to speak to Kaznar's brother. Unless he can explain things, my daughter has agreed to give up. I am most grateful for your help. Kaznar's brother Ine will be at his market stall. The wedding offended him so greatly he had refused to attend. Whether he knows what happened to Kaznar or not, let us hope we can soon put the matter to rest. I do not know. I heard the killer was found dead, but that he was working for someone else. Who would instigate such evil? Magistrate Sulma? I cannot believe this, even of a forebear. Her mind must have been twisted by some dark magic. I suppose, though, if no one has told us that Kaznar's corpse was found, then that is a good sign. With the young man, the blood runs hot. He may have found another woman. Or it could be that he realized the foolishness of the idea. His family does not support the marriage either. His brother was not even planning to attend. For a crown to marry a forebear? In Sentinel, this may happen. But in Bergama, it is unheard of. For generations, our family's allegiances have not changed. If these two marry, whatever allegiance they choose, they will offend half the city. Ha! Oh yes. I'm sure King Faharajad would like that very much. For crowns and forebears to settle our differences while he is in power. This would mean Faharajad's line would have everlasting legitimacy. I cannot support that.
You're going to speak to Ine? Thank you. I just pray that there is some explanation for this. If Kaznar is dead, I don't think I can go on.
Welcome to Bergama, Wayfarer. We have the finest musical instruments in all Hammerfell. If you want a harp, a lute, or even a drum, you have come to the right place. Though that is not why you are here, is it? Kaznar? That's a sore subject. Believe it or not, he's actually getting married today. Should be at the wedding right now. I know. I should be there, but I'm not. He's not? Well, I'll be a lizard's uncle. I guess our little talk may have convinced him after all. We all went out drinking last night, and my cousin and I made one last attempt to talk him out of it. I guess it worked. Damn. I don't know. I would have expected him to tell me if he had made such a decision. With so many people missing lately, I prefer to make sure. He should be at my cousin's house, the last one before the West Gate. Will you check? The more I think about it, the more this concerns me. If you find my brother, tell him to come speak with me. If he doesn't come soon, I'm going to close up shop and help you search. You must understand, I love my little brother, but he is so naive. He shouldn't associate with a crown girl, let alone marry her. Our father, Tuwaka, keep his soul, would never have approved. So I cannot approve either. Of course I do, but I cannot disrespect our father's memory. None of this matters, though. Right now, all that matters is Kaznar's safety. I will approve the marriage before I see him harmed.
Do you often just walk into people's houses and snoop around upstairs? If my cousin were here, he might not be so friendly. Me? I don't care. I don't really care about anything at this point. I don't know, maybe because there are armed thugs out there with orders to break my kneecaps if I try to leave? If I thought I could get past them, I'd make a run for it, but they'd catch me. It would be pointless. Ask Tiela's father. He's the one who hired them. Paid Uncle Thack to make sure I don't get to the wedding. Jagnus has been against our marriage from the beginning. I don't know why I thought he would come around. Of course. He wants Tiela to think I stood her up. She'll hate me for the rest of her life and think he was right all along. The bastard. If my father were alive, he'd beat the oblivion out of Jagnus. Of course. That would only make things worse. Don't bother. If he went to this much trouble, he won't change his mind. If you really want to help, there's only one way. You'll have to talk to Uncle Thack. Uncle Thack and his gang run the streets here in Bergama. They're not above the law, but they can be dangerous. If you can convince Uncle Thack to let me out, I'll go to the wedding. Jagnus won't be able to say a thing.
I cannot believe we are still standing here. Please talk to Ine.
You don't plan to patronize this place, do you? Never mind. Forget I said anything. I do not wish to pry. I was simply curious if you plan to throw your hard-won gold into a fool's sinkhole like this winking jackal. In a way, we are all cheated, Wayfarer. Have you not heard that Uncle Thack's den of cut purses receives subsidies from Farhajad's court? I believe it encourages trade further inland by appealing to foreigners' greed. Most don't. The forebears... Never mind. I only stay here to prevent my doltish cousin from squandering his wealth. My advice is this. Invest your gold in a stable and legitimate enterprise. Perhaps a tea house or some well-irrigated farmland. Zet's blessings be upon you, Wayfarer.
So it was the magistrate who killed all those poor devils? She looks a bit waifish for that sort of work, but I suppose you can never tell. Uncle Fack won't be happy at any rate. The dead rarely pay their debts.
So the magistrate was responsible for all this nonsense. My. What a dreadful development. I can't say that I'll miss the attention. Being an outsider while a murdering spree takes place is unpleasant.
I am certain I can win my money back. Certain as sunrise. Just a few more games, then I walk away for good.
Someone tell this doddering old coot to place his bet.
So, I bet, then I roll the dice. Or is it the other way around? Tall Papa, help me.
I must ask you to find another table, Wayfarer. I have this man drunk enough to bet, but not so drunk that he falls asleep. It is a delicate dance that requires my careful attention. The wine selection here isn't all that impressive, but at least they have some bottles from the Hagaith vineyards. All you get in the inn is cactus pear cordials, at twice the price to boot.
Look at this. You walk in like you own the place. Like you fear absolutely nothing. If it's a fight you want, though, you've come to the wrong place. This is a place of business. I'm a businessman. Kaznar? Why doesn't Kaznar come talk to me himself? Oh, yes, I remember. He prefers the indoors. Probably better that way. Yes, Kaznar needs to stay at home. Or do you take issue with that? Slow down now. No need to be rude. Like I said, I'm a businessman. Truth is, I didn't much like the deal I had with Jagnus anyways. You'll owe me a favor, but I'll give him a refund, and your boy can get married whenever he likes. My people wouldn't have really hurt the kid anyways. Kaznar and Tiela make a nice couple. In fact, if you'll do me that favor we discussed, I'll have my men escort Kaznar right up to the altar. Get them a gift. Some hag's breath. It's an aphrodisiac. They might not be able to walk for a few days, but it'll make the wedding night unforgettable. There's an old hag in the desert, Vianney. Kill her and bring her hag's breath to the wedding.
As if we forebears weren't hated enough, our magistrate falls in with Tuwaka's mortal enemy. I am thinking it is better to walk back to Sentinel with a broken sandal than to stay in Bergama much longer.
What is it?
I'm so glad you made it in time. We are just about to begin the ceremony. Kaznar told me everything, and knowing what you have done, you are the guest of honor. Oh goodness, hag's breath. What a special gift. Thank you. Thank you both. Please, you must stay for the ceremony. It would mean so much to Kasnar and to me. This marriage would not have been possible without you.
People of Bergama, we are gathered here today to witness the bond of marriage between Kasnar and Tiela. Their union marks a great day for the citizens of Bergama, crowns and forebears alike. Their love is a testament to the kinship that all crowns and forebears share with each other.
Yes!
I never thought I'd see the day that Kasnar Atarin got married. Seeing how happy he is, I've changed my mind. This is a good thing.
My little boy's all grown up. I never thought this day would come. I can't believe it. My baby brother is getting married before me.
Uncle Thack says we're paying the bride's father a visit. After the ceremony, of course.
I can't believe we're here. Uncle Thack's getting soft in his old age.
You know, they actually make a pretty cute couple.
I have to admit, when Uncle Thack's thugs came to the door, I thought they were going to kill me. One thing I know, we will certainly be able to look back at our wedding day and laugh.
I cannot believe she went through with it. All I can say is thank Ruptka that I have other daughters. I will not even allow them to talk to forebears. The sneaky little cur. I only tried to get the wedding called off for their own good. Crowns and forebears are too different. Remember my words. This marriage will not last. Someday they will realize I was right.
You! There you are! The scholar Zore said I might find you here. You must make great haste. Prince Azar is in need of your assistance. He is at the shipyards town of Tava's Blessing. The Withered Hand is there, and he needs you to come as soon as possible. The scholar Zora said something about that being the birthplace of one of the Ansei, whatever that means. Oh, and Scholar Zora wants her apprentice Shiri to return to Bergama right away. She wants you to speak to Captain Rawan and ask him to order Shiri to return, whether the girl wants to or not. Tava's Blessing is where the Royal Navy has its shipyards. You must not let the town fall to the Withered Hand. Beware of the shifting sands, Wayfarer. I hope Ruptka guides you quickly to the prince's side. The ships being built at the Tava's Blessing shipyards are critical for the Covenant war effort. I do not think the Withered Hand would have use for the ships, but I fear they might simply destroy them. That would be very bad for the Covenant.
Business isn't what it used to be. You're not here for the lizard races, are you? I thought not. Lizard racing doesn't draw the crowd it used to. They've seen the same lizards race time and time again. To stay in business, I need something to spice things up. Rena breeds racing lizards, but won't enter them in my races. She wants me to fail so she can take over. Maybe you can convince her to give you a winning lizard. She wanted to buy this track, but I outbid her. Rena's over there with her lizards waiting for the track to fail so she can buy it cheap. If you can bring me a fast lizard, though, the track can stay in business. What do you say?
Come to admire my lizards? All my little babies are highly trained. You should see Hiram do a trick. Ninabon in Sentinel sells good lizards, and Hatia near Bergama has sold a few good racers. Unfortunately, I only carry one lizard suited for racing, a three-toed skink. He's not fast enough to be a winner, but you never know. To teach Onwin a lesson. He claims to know all about lizards and running a racetrack. He knows no more about either than I do about flying, but together, we could make this the best track around if he cuts me a deal. I do want this track to succeed, but Onwin has to admit I know what I'm doing too. A lizard needs to be light but muscular. Their shape can affect their speed, as can their diet. I've got something for the latter, if you're interested. Excellent. Remember, he's not the fastest of the bunch, but maybe in the right hands he'll do well.
I'm not interested in handling lizards myself. All I care about is the final result of the race. Not always. They used to race dune rippers here, but that proved too dangerous. Onwin bought the place when the last owner died. Rena was none too pleased by that. Not openly, no, but Rena refuses to race her own lizards, which makes Onwin angry, and that in turn makes her less likely to do so. Fire and ice they are. They ought to get married. Since Second Seed, the races were interesting when he first started, but the best lizard died, and without Rena's help, no one will sell Onwin good stock. Still, I've made a lot of money. I lose sometimes, but I win more than I lose. It's better than wasting away inside some town's walls. I've a taste for adventure, and this is as close as I'll get to any.
We have a new contender. And here's the release. Look at them go! Luck shall be ours, friend.
Well, that last lizard didn't race so well. Speak to Rena again. She might know how to help your lizard.
Back so soon? I still have many terrific lizards to choose from. Were you looking for something specific? Don't feel bad. Could have been the sands too hot or too cold. If you've done everything right, best just to try again. Of course. You just need your lizard back. And here he comes now. They can't resist that musk, I tell you. Good luck with your next race. I offer a nutritious snack that gives any lizard more energy for their upcoming race. It's no guarantee, but it'll increase your chances of being a winner. I'll feed it to your lizard before you go. It can get a little messy. There, all done. He's bright-eyed and ready to run.
Bet on the restless ones. We have a new contender.
And here's the release. Look at them go!
Back so soon? Don't feel bad. Could have been the sands too hot or too cold. If you'll find few collectors around Alakir. It's just not the sport it used to be. Ninabon in Sentinel and Hatia in Bergama both sell a few good racers.
When you hunt lizards on the sands, you must know their favorite basking spots. I make sure the softest and warmest pits are clear of debris, and then the lizards come to me. Are you then? And you believe I have your lucky lizard? That I may, that I may. I do have a rather speedy spined lizard. What will you give me for him? Then here you are. Good luck to you.
Fortune favor us. We have a new contender. And here's the release. Look at them go! A magnificent upset! The newcomer wins!
You sure found me a fast lizard. Did you hear the crowd? They loved it. The new lizard is just the draw this track needs. And I spoke with Rena as well. She'll help me with the track for a small investment. Meeting you turned my life around. May Tall Papa guide your steps. I can't wait to enter my new lizard. Thank you again.
I trust your lizard is still well. Please let it know I asked after it.
What do you say we try some of the local fare? Famished.
My son is missing. My wife is wounded, and my son, Tarin, is missing. Why do you test me so, Stendar? We just came here today for some water. The snakes were on us before we knew what was happening. They bit Nisa, and we ran. When we stopped running, we discovered my son Tarin was missing. Then Stendar has not forgotten us. I have given my wife an antidote, but I cannot leave her side. If you will look for Tarin, though, bless you. I taught him to head for the high ground when in danger, so look for him on the cliffs.
Please, they need help. You must help them. Please, Wayfarer, I need your help. I was hired to guard a caravan out of Bergama, a family moving to Bankarai. I am ashamed to confess it, but I failed to honor the contract. I abandoned them, all of them, down at the oasis. Because of the snakes. I was prepared to defend the caravan from bandits, even dune rippers, but not snakes. Snakes scare the oblivion out of me, they always have. So I fled, and now I lack the courage to go back. Will you help them? Take this antidote. I fear some of them may have been poisoned by the snakes, and now lack the strength to escape. I hope it is not too late.
The poison's burn wanes. I am in your debt. I thought I would die here. I cannot thank you enough.
You spared me a horrible, horrible fate, Wayfarer. Thank you.
I hate snakes.
I thought I was gone for sure. Thank you.
A nice little present from Vec, eh? Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
Praise Ruptka. I'm getting out of here.
snake separated me from my family, and now I'm surrounded. Is there a clear path to the bridge? I'm scared to leave. You made it just in time. Those serpents are looking at me and sticking out their tongues. I think they were licking their lips. Let's go! I know how to get back from here. I'll meet you back at my parents' tent. Oh, I remember this. I know how to get back from here. I'll meet you back at my parents' tent.